Welcome to Bloom with Tina and Kelsey, the podcast that empowers women to be true to themselves in every aspect of their lives. Are you ready to break free from society's expectations and embrace your true self? Each week, we dive into our own inspiring, powerful personal stories and from incredible women and a few lucky men who have dared to challenge the norm and carve out their own paths to happiness. Here we celebrate courage, resilience, and authenticity as we share the stories of those who have transformed their lives and blooming into the best versions of themselves. Join us. Let's empower one another and spread the seeds of positivity and inspiration. Ready to bloom? Let's get on with the episode. A couple days ago, we had the opportunity to go to Bowling Green State University.
Yep.
And we heard Robin Wall Kimmerer speak.
She was amazing.
She was amazing. So I can start by explaining just by reading on the back cover of her book who she is and what she does.
Okay.
Dr. Robin Wall Kimmerer, she is the author of Braiding Sweetgrass that we are reading in a book club at Ordinary Pioneer. She first wrote Gathering Moss, and then Braiding Sweetgrass, the book that we're reading now. And then she also wrote The Serviceberry, and then she has a children's book called Bud Finds Her Gift.
Bud Finds Her Gift.
Yeah, Bud Finds Her Gift. Dr. Kimmerer, she's a mother, scientist, professor, and member of the Citizen Potawatomi Nation. She has appeared in Orion, O Magazine, numerous scientific journals. She lives in upper state New York, sort of by the Finger Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
She is so intriguing.
She's a very unique mix because she is indigenous herself. Her ancestors are, and she has the science background as well.
Right.
And the way she weaves all of that together in this book has been beautiful to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So indigenous. Let's start at the beginning of that. So we were coming home on a retreat.
Yeah.
Coming home from a retreat, and Kelsey asked me about the United States and the indigenous people and what I thought. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So go ahead.
Go ahead. No, so we were talking on the way home about, I don't remember how it came up, but basically I was trying to see if you knew who was originally here, specifically like which tribes, and then which people from Europe came here when, and like the timeline. And I don't know a lot of that.
Yeah, I didn't either. And I didn't even know what, I'm like, indigenous? What are you talking about? Indigenous. I didn't even understand what the word meant. Indigenous. Well, the people that have been here first. Native people that have been here first.
Yes.
And I said, well, we live in Waterville, White House area, and there's the monument, right? And actually, it was way before the war, right? The Anthony Wayne.
Oh, no. So I did walk the Fallen Timbers Trail, like you mentioned.
Yes.
And I learned a lot when I walked it. But part of the issue with even trying to learn about who was here when people came is that so much of what is written has been whitewashed.
Whitewashed, you mean?
Written by the white people and made to make the white people look good.
Ah, okay.
So we're not really getting full truths when we read most of our monuments and things of that nature. We're getting like half truth.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I think reading this book written by somebody with indigenous ancestry is super helpful.
Yeah.
In understanding that culture as best we can, because even she doesn't know a lot because, as she talks about, they were all pulled from their home and cut off from their culture.
Right. And it was her grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the one that would have been a child when the Europeans came over, or the Caucasian people, I guess, because they're no longer Europeans. They were European at the time, but now we are the Americans. So when our people came over and took all the children away, sent them to schools that would train them in the ways that we wanted them to know,
Right.
and completely cut them off from the culture of their own families.
Yeah.
And so much of that culture has been lost in our country. And I think what Dr. Kimmerer is trying to do through her books and her speeches and just who she is to help remind us. Because I also believe that in some ways we are still connected to this just by living here.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, I do think we are still connected to this just by living here, because I do think that we have some connection, even without knowing it in our minds, in our spirit of like the land that surrounds us and the trees and the animals and all of that. And their ancestors, remember, the trees were here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They saw it all.
Yeah.
So I think that connection isn't completely lost. And so that's why I say that Dr. Kimmerer is trying to help us remember the things that we already know deep in our bones if we allow ourselves to listen.
Yeah. So she has a degree in botany.
Mm-hmm.
That was her first degree. She's very, very knowledgeable of the plants and all the things. And then with her background as the indigenous person, I mean, she just relates everything together.
Yeah. And she talks in the book about her journey of trying to get into botany school.
Yeah.
And how, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, almost like butting heads, because this whole view of what plants are and who she was raised to understand plants to be is just night and day.
Right.
And so the professor that she was interviewing with thought there was no way she was ever going to become a scientist, because she was curious about things like the beauty of the goldenrod and asters.
Yeah.
Was the thing that she said. And then she weaves together so beautifully, like, how science is there to sort of help us better understand the chemistry that's happening to create these beautiful plants.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Right. And why they feed off of one another and look so beautiful together as a result, because they're meant to be together.
Right.
So things like that were really cool to read and learn about. But throughout the whole book and her whole speech, the way she just naturally personifies the plants is phenomenal. And I love that gradually it's starting to become more natural to do so for me and for I think a lot of people, because there were over 900 people there on Friday, right? Like, I read that the space holds 971 is what I read.
Wow. So we were at Kobacker Hall.
Yeah.
At Bowling Green State University. And
they had to turn people away.
Yeah.
Because it was full.
Yeah.
So that was
971 people.
And more than that, because they turned away many people because there wasn't space.
Right.
And to me, that was so reassuring.
Yeah.
That like, oh, I'm not alone in this bubble trying to figure this stuff out. Trying to embrace this thing that's been like calling to me. So yeah.
And the thing is, this book has been around for quite a long time. It copyrighted in 2013. And actually at Community of Christ, the church I go to, they already had one of the books in their book club.
That's cool.
For a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's neat because with her indigenous background and also her, Western science knowledge. Oh my gosh, I just see a cardinal. Do you see that?
I do, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He says, keep going.
Keep going, buddy. Hi, buddy. So the thing is, this is perfect. It's like, birds and grass and they're living creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what she is stressing, that their life, they were here first.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is that we learn from them.
Yeah. Yeah. She points out the difference between this hierarchical structure that we've been taught, with humans at the top and then the animals and then the plants.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you listen to her talk and explain things through this book and through speaking, you start to recognize that it's not a hierarchy. It's very much like, if anything, we're the ones learning from them.
Right.
Of how to live in, she likes to talk about reciprocity, how to live a life of reciprocity as opposed to hierarchy. Which is really beautiful.
Yeah.
Are you feeling ready for a change? At Reciprocity Financial Planning, we help women who are stepping into a new season of life and want to make intentional financial choices that support their goals. Whether you're exploring a career shift, navigating a big life transition, or simply looking to align your money with what truly matters to you, we're here to help. At Reciprocity, we believe financial planning isn't just about numbers. It's about creating the life you envision with clarity and confidence. If you're ready to take the next step toward your future that feels aligned and purposeful, visit apricityfp.com to learn more or reach out directly. Let's chart your path forward together. Let's talk about reciprocity a little bit, because I threw that word out there, but I don't know that that's a commonly known word in our English language. So when she speaks of reciprocity, it's giving and receiving, as opposed to taking.
Yeah. An educated person knows their own gifts and how to give them back to the world.
Yeah. She pointed out that as the definition of an educated person. So I'm going to say it one more time. An educated person is a person who knows their own gifts and how to give them back to the world. And so living in the spirit of reciprocity, your focus is on giving your gifts to the world. As a result, you'll receive the things you need in return. And that becomes very challenging in our capitalistic society, where everything feels very transactional.
Mine.
You go to a store, you buy a thing, you give them money, you receive the thing. It's a transaction. Whereas the gift economy, which is one of the chapters, is much more, I have this gift to give, you have this gift to give. It's an exchange, but it's through giving, not through transaction, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Okay, I feel like I'm not speaking it as well as Dr. Kimmerer does.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the general idea. And if you read through, I highly recommend reading the book. It'll make even more sense than what I'm able to explain here today.
Yeah.
So.
I think of it as I bring all my extra vegetables to church, set them on the table for anybody to take. That's giving back. But yet I also think
out of that, what are you receiving?
Thank yous. And that's good enough for me.
That is, I think we underestimate the value of gratitude.
Yeah.
In our society.
Yeah. But I'm giving thanks for these vegetables first, really. Right? And thank you for the sun to and the oxygen in the air and the nitrogen in the soil to be able to grow these vegetables.
Yes.
And
that all was given to these vegetables before.
First.
Yes.
Yes. And these vegetables are living.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
And you care for them and
yes.
tend to them so that they can continue to grow.
Yes. And then we eat them, we cook them, we have such gratitude for them. And then say there's leftovers on your plate. And then you can, instead of throwing the leftovers in the drain down the garbage disposal or in the garbage, you can compost them.
Right.
And then
return
them back to the earth.
Mm.
I do want to get one of those.
The compost
little devices that you were talking about.
Yeah. And here's the thing is, I think too, we've talked about like my issues and probably a lot of our issues with perfectionism. And I think we need to remember like every small step towards this is valuable. So don't feel like there's too much to do and you can't do it. One small step towards slowing down, being grateful for the food in front of you, or starting with a small garden to build that closer relationship with your food. And even if you don't have the space or the time or the capacity to start a small garden, getting fruits, vegetables, meat from local farmers, things like that help you remember where the nourishment is coming from, sort of close that gap of we've created so many gaps between us and the food that's nourishing our bodies. And I think that's where a lot of our health stuff becomes a problem. It's not just because of the ingredients in it, it's because we're not as connected with it also. And so if we can eliminate some of the steps between food to our plate, we become a little more connected. Mm-hmm. So even if you can't grow your own, knowing where it comes from is huge.
Yeah. Hey there, Bloom listeners. It's Tina Baden here, and I want to take a moment to share something exciting with you. Have you ever found joy in helping others feel their best? Or thought about how great it would be to boost your own health, energy, or even your finances? If that sounds like you, then I've got something special to share with you. Let's talk about Plexus, their amazing range of products. It's designed to support your wellness journey and help you feel fantastic. From gut health, energy boosters, to weight loss, there's truly something for everyone. And here's where it gets really exciting. If you love sharing what you're passionate about, the business opportunity could be just what you're looking for. I can honestly say that Plexus has changed my life for the better, both through health and finances. Yet, it's more than just a business. It's a wonderful community that supports and uplifts each other. If you're curious and you think this might be a good fit for you, why not join me? It could be fun. Message me at Bloom with Tina and Kelsey on Facebook Messenger. Embark on this journey and let's bloom into our best selves together.
But back to the gratitude thing, because I did have kind of another, I think she mentioned this story, but then I can so much relate it to my own household, so I want to share it too. And what you were saying, like a thank you is enough. That reciprocity is important too. So like if I cook my family dinner and then after dinner they say thank you, like I think sometimes we underestimate how helpful that reciprocity is in our lives, because now I'm feeling nourished by that gratitude,
right.
by that show of gratitude. And so I feel better about cooking again.
Yeah.
And like continuing that cycle. And that's not just in our own households with our own family and food. You can relate that to anything you do or any relationship you have.
Yeah.
So don't underestimate the power of thank you.
Yeah. She talked a lot about calling things it,
yes.
and how she's trying to reclaim the grammar.
Yes. So do you mind if I interrupt you?
No,
please?
go ahead.
Okay. So
You speak it, Kelsey.
In the chapter that she wrote about this, because I felt like she gave like a high level overview at the speech, but she wrote a chapter about this that went way more in depth, and it was one of my favorites because I love linguistics. and so for background in my love of linguistics, I have studied, obviously I know English. I've studied French, Latin, Spanish, and Greek in my lifetime because I just like to learn about languages and the way they work. Am I fluent in any? No.
You go, girl.
I love learning how languages work. And she spoke about how the Potawatomi language works. And it's so hard for us to wrap our English brains around because it's so drastically different than English.
Ugh.
English is more similar to Spanish and French, the Latin languages.
Right.
But this is so different than that. And everything is focused on the verb in their language, in like the being and the doing and the not the thing. We are a very noun focused language where we always put the noun first in a sentence. We call things by a noun. So she talked in her book about the way the closest thing she could explain was like, instead of saying a hill, it's to be a hill, because it's land being a hill. Instead of saying a bay, it's to be a bay, because it's water being a bay. Like it's what that thing is doing, but that's not the thing that it is.
Okay.
It's so hard for us to wrap our English brains around using English words because it's not how we talk. But everything was the action of the main substance, basically, right? So water, land, instead of hill, it's land being a hill. It's being a hill.
To be.
Yes.
To be a.
Yes.
To be a hill. Yeah.
And so she, going back to your point of using the word it, use of pronouns as we describe things in our culture, things, but that are living beings, trees, grass, water, how conflicting that is, because the word it is stripping it of animacy, of living.
Right.
And so she came up with the word ki. Yes.
As in K-I.
And it came from an Anishinaabe word, I believe. It may have been a Potawatomi word that was very long. And quickly they said, yeah, that's not gonna replace the word it in the English language.
Right. I did not. It was so long I didn't even write it down.
It was Bamadaziaki. Let me try again. It was Bamadaziaki. And so they took the end of that ki. Bamadaziaki is the term for an earth being.
As in anything.
Of
as
the
in
earth.
The tree, the grass,
Yes.
the worm, the leaf,
Yes.
the bush.
So ki instead of it. So if you were saying, I was going for a walk today and the tree was stunning. Ki was blooming with flowers. That would be the proper use of the word ki.
Correct. That was a great example.
And then
instead of it was blooming.
It was blooming with flowers. Ki was blooming with flowers. And if you start using it, I could see this becoming very natural. And I forget where she said, like, it has been used in certain books or different places that means it's not just her. This is not just a her thing anymore. It's catching on and people are starting to use this, which is super cool.
Yeah.
I love it. And so then they decided they needed a plural of the word ki.
And it's the word kin.
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 Which just makes sense.
Ki and kin.
Yeah. The trees were so beautiful. Kin were blooming.
As in the trees.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Instead of they.
And then if we, in our English, the word kin obviously is like relation, relatives, your kin. And so that just it was a beautiful way to tie that all together.
Yeah.
I love it. So,
Yeah.
So let's try to start doing that.
Okay.
Use the word key. Key and kin.
My parents are going to say, what'd you say?
That's okay.
Who's key? Who's kin?
That's okay. People can say that.
And then you explain it.
Yes.
And
it's
then
a
it goes
perfect way to bring up the conversation.
exactly over the holidays, right? And then people are going to ask about it. You explain it, and then it just goes from one person to another, and that's how language starts, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I highly recommend reading this book. And somebody said if you don't want to dive into the full version of this book, that the Service Berry is kind of a shorter version of very similar stories or ideas.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the children's book.
Yep.
Bud Finds a Friend, which I will be buying for my children, of course.
I just told a friend at church today that I was going to buy it for you.
Did you?
And your kids for Easter.
Well, you can do that.
Okay.
I'll allow it to you.
Okay.
That's
I was
okay.
going to buy that.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Okay, all right.
You wouldn't beat me to it if you did it for Easter, because I wasn't going to buy
Oh,
that
yeah.
back.
Oh, no. I'm buying it today. No, I'm getting online invites.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or getting them at Barnes & Noble, see if they have them in. So,
Yeah. Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Well, thank you so much for listening. We hope this has been inspiring and thought-provoking.
yeah, interesting. I have to say, this is a very different kind of book than I've ever read.
Yeah. It's
Ever.
almost like a poem. I told my mom today, I was telling her about it. Like, it's almost like a love letter to the earth. It's like very poetic.
It is. It is.
Mhm.
And yes, there are some big words, that she uses in the book and how she explains the different terms of plants, the scientific name and stuff like that. But, it's not like
It's not overwhelming.
It's not like I'm trying to memorize the names of different plants and stuff like that.
Or the Potawatomi names for certain things, too.
Yeah.
Because she's been learning Potawatomi language, and she spoke some of it.
Right. But the Potawatomi, I mean, that is so close to us, so close to the Great Lakes, and so it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's exactly why she came to Bowling Green to speak too. So, yeah, it was really neat, really neat. So,
awesome.
All right.
Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Bloom with Tina and Kelsey. Your support truly means the world to us, and we're so grateful to have you as part of our blossoming community.
We hope you enjoyed this week's conversation and found inspiration in our discussions. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you love what you hear, please consider leaving us a review. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more listeners like you.
Join us next week for another exciting episode filled with insights, laughter, and growth. We can't wait to share it with you.
Keep blowing, and see you soon.